we start round number 1. Angelo Leo, Tomoki Kameda. First defense for Angelo Leo.
Kameda has a 1.5-inch height advantage, which is pretty obvious, but Leo has a 1.5-inch reach advantage.
Start coming to play with the jabs, right?
You said it in the beginning, Chris. The jab and the right hand have been the money punches for him. Yes, he won by the left hook last time out. Those straight punches have been key.
Yeah,
starting out with that piston jab.
Those are his best weapons. His finisher is his left hook. You know, that's but he sets the table with the jabs and the right hands.
Leo, of course, in the blue and white. Kameda in the tricolores, the red, white, and green. And Hicanito, his nickname, taking on the Mexican-American.
Tactical feel out around here to open things up.
No surprise, both these fighters know what it's like to be a world champion.
Big swinging left hook to the body there, attempted by Leo, falls short. Kameda does have that long torso. Targeting the body is a good idea. Nice stiff jab down the middle, splits the guard from Leo.
Kameda, last time we saw him in the ring, August of last year. Against Hurado Daimini. I was in Japan as well. Won that by split decision.
Yeah, that was a revenge fight. Yeah. He had lost in the prior meeting.
Split decision first time around, won a split second time. Both very close fights. Both fighters working real hard to establish the jab in round 1.
Yeah. You know, we were talking about early on that, you know, it's a good idea for Leo to establish that jab, but you know, with the long torso and height of Kameda, you know, Kameda could also do well to establish that jab.
Both guys showing really good reactions.
Yeah, more tactical fight than the first one we had, you know, for sure. Guys are already changing looks, changing heights. And like I said, this is a feel out round, try to see what kind of reactions they get from the opponents so far.
And they may have sparred, but that was years ago. In a co-main event, those two fighters had fought last time out, July of last year, so they knew each other very, very well.
And even when you've sparred, the speed of things is different with 8-ounce gloves. You know, so you gotta still have to get that adjustment with the speed changes when the small gloves are on. And it hurts more too, of course. the biggest factor.
No headgear, more sting in those punches. Kameda was flicking jabs, a lot of speed behind him, really quick.
Yeah. Both guys look very quick, very reactive. Good snappy shots, both of them very dialed in. Looking like the world-class fighters that they are.
Kameda, no problem taking the center. Angelo Leo content to play the outside.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. You take the money to go to foreign land, you know, you got to expect those kind of rounds to probably go to the hometown.
Yep. Kameda taking the center of the ring,
establishing the jab and doubling and tripling it up. I like Kameda's hair is kind of colored.
Yeah, he's got his
still a little wild.
Frosted tips.
Just a little bit.
Round 2.
Angelo Leo, 25-1. Last time out we saw him was winning this title at 126 pounds against Fernando Lopez. That also August of last year. Both guys have had the equal time off since their last fight.
And Leo came out with a lead left hook to the body.
Landed it nice too.
And landed it, which is interesting. This early to go for a shot like that.
Yeah, he went for it in the first round. He came up short with it. So I think the part of the game plan for Team Leo might be to get to that body and that long torso. Just a matter of, is he going to be able to close the gap enough, close range enough on a consistent enough basis to get there consistently.
I think that's always a tactical move by Team Leo. They're good body punchers. They're consistent with the body work with both hands, actually. But also, you got a guy like Kameda who fights tall and has a long torso with shorter arms.
And he's using his jab to hold range. Is Kameda.
Yeah, he's fighting a very disciplined fight. He's I mean, he's going to open up at some point because that's
Who he is.
that's what butters his bread. But so far, extremely tactical, very, very smart and strategic. There comes Leo, attacking the body. Even those shots you block on the elbows, those elbows bang into you. You feel those body shots.
Leo went for the big one there.
Yeah. I like the changeup from Leo. He's coming out. He's using his jab. Very, very tactical, but he'll still throw one. Throw one mean, nasty one in the mix.
Yeah. And
So
he whips in the left hook to the body, left hook to the head.
Good head moving from Leo off the left hook from Kameda. Ducked it twice.
Just one of those big shots can change the course of a fight. Can change the course of a round. Can change the course of a fight. Can end a fight. Both guys are throwing some big shots.
I wondered when Kameda would start committing to his punches. Looks like round two. Starting to throw in some bigger shots.
Oh, another good body shot from Leo.
Yeah, Leo's been opening up more with the left hook this round. There it is again.
But back comes Kameda with the double left hook, body and head. Landed a good one upstairs.
You did say butter his bread, champ. So I think one good hook deserves another. We may start seeing these left hooks start whipping in there from both these guys.
We asked Robert Garcia last week. We said, don't hook with the hooker, but who is the hooker in this fight? He goes, well, depends on who you ask. It depends on what style.
I think Leo is winning the battle of the jab right now.
Yeah, this round he's imposed it more.
And I believe that it's only a matter of time before we see more Kameda doing more of that, where he's letting his combinations go and throwing a lot of left hands.
Kind of bowling it through the front door, and that can be dangerous.
That was a nice little tricky shot there. Leo throws a looping right hand, comes up with a short left uppercut that splits the guard, catches Kameda up the middle. Ooh, big right hand.
Clash of heads. Creative punches at the end of round one. A little bit of a clash of heads at the end of the round. This was early.
That was early in the round.
No.
That was that tricky little shot. He threw a kind of a throwaway right hand.
That was kind of on purpose.
Yeah. A little headbutt there.
That was oh, you catch you a little tricky uppercut. Here's a tricky headbutt. But they didn't actually get the replay of that last sequence where they banged heads and Leo actually closed his eye. I wonder. It looked like a big right hand, but actually banged
that was
heads.
after Kameda right hand too.
Did he land the right hand, or was it just the head?
I think he landed on the side. They don't want to show us that. I'm not over there.
When both guys are throwing explosive, out of nowhere shots like that, head clashes become
because they both explode in at the same time.
We start round number 3.
Nice jab from Kameda to start.
Angelo Leo so far doing a good job, as you said, establishing that lead jab. He's thrown enough hooks to keep Kameda honest. Kameda, though, in round number 2, starting to open up with combinations.
Both men very sharp.
Yeah, both guys trying to get each other out of position, feinting, change their levels. You see Kameda with that tall body obviously changes levels a lot. One of his tricky moves. Leo trying that little left hand uppercut again.
Yeah, because look at Kameda's head. He fights over that front foot.
Yeah.
He is a left hooker, so he fights very much leading on that heavy front foot. He's going to be there for the uppercuts, even being the taller man.
And that's also what possibly causes those clashes of heads too, champ.
Absolutely. Taller man bending over.
I remember Barney Forrest used to get a lot of clashes of heads.
Very, very tall for the weight. There it is again.
Likes that sneaky lead uppercut.
It's a throwaway right hand lead uppercut.
You can sort of see what Leo worked on in camp, right? I mean, the body shots, because he sort of sometimes gets too excited and throws them from too far away. And also this lead left uppercut. We just trying to find.
Another one.
Yeah, this fight might not go 12 because of these clashes of heads, guys.
No cuts yet, thankfully.
Yeah, both guys are very willing to engage, and they're explosive in their initial movements.
Well, can the clashes of heads start to create apprehension on one of them or both of them?
Well, he who hesitates is lost. That's common, but in this fight, it's definitely a truism.
If I'm in the corner of either man, because you see the writing on the wall with these headbutts, get out to an early lead. If we get a technical decision, you want to make sure you're ahead.
Body shot by Leo.
And a jab.
Remember, champ, you said the judges like guys come forward in Japan. It's been Kameda coming forward.
hopefully they're paying attention because Leo is landing the better shots.
Long way from Florida, champ.
Very, very composed Kameda tonight. I'm impressed. I'm used to seeing him be a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, and Leo, very tactical so far, you know, taking his shots. Starting to really, that shot selection starting to come into play very well here for Leo, going to the body, going to the head, using that jab, and of course the uppercut there as well. Kameda, though, looking to throw hard shots, guys.
Ooh, nice combination to punctuate the round.
That was good because Kameda actually landed a good left hook. Leo, who's throwing that lead uppercut, that's a dangerous punch against a guy with a good left hook.
Yeah.
You're there to clip with that shot, and he did there. For the round. Splits the guard there. That was, I saw that early on. I was wondering if that landed. Great job by the truck catching that replay. I like the heavy shots landed by Leo that round.
Yeah, body shot.
If you go by body language and the position of the ring, you know, you might be looking at Kameda, but if you're paying attention
to what's actually landing,
that was a Leo round.
Snappier, sharper punches are coming from Angelo Leo.
Heavier as well.
And he's getting more creative too with his selection of punches.
Maybe in round number 4, scheduled for 12. It looks like the battle lines have been set. Paulie, we talk about all the time. The first 4 rounds, you see what the game plan is of each fight, right?
Yeah.
You don't know if it's going to go all the way to 12 rounds, but you see what both fighters worked on. Angelo Leo doing great work with that lead hand.
And Kameda, you can see, also wanted to establish his jab, but it's been Leo starting to sort of take over with the left hand. He's got a more educated left hand in that he can do more things with it. It's more versatile. Kameda's left hand not bad. I like how he doubles and triples up with the jab and those zone hooks, but Leo has a nice, distinguished, educated left hand, and truly he disguises all the punches with it.
He's got a very varied offense in general, though. He punches well with both hands. He mixes up his shots. You can see a variety in his punch selection. Good feint there. Kameda doing a great job holding position, just like you said, champ, when he was warming up. He's controlled the center of the ring for the majority of the fight. Very composed.
But he's starting to not be first consistently. And even if you control center ring,
right,
if you're not first, you're last. To quote Ricky Bobby's father in Talladega Nights.
Yep, first, you're last.
you gotta eventually start getting shots off. Leo being more consistently first, especially with that educated left hand.
Leo needs to stay busy with that lead hand because Kameda keeps coming in with his head just like that. You got a guy who's coming forward with his head, put that jab on it.
And you see there, he comes in with his head first, and then he looks to put you out of position. He uses the head to try to put you out of position. It's a veteran tactic. It's a little bit on the dirty side, actually. But you see what Kameda does. He actually flies in with his head, so you lose position.
And then throws left hook.
And then he'll try to throw a punch off that busted position that he caused you.
Kameda's also throwing less and less punches.
And Chris, from the beginning, Angelo Leo doing a good job of splitting the guard with that lead jab.
Yeah, he's being precise. He's putting his punches in the right place. Even when, good body shot at the end of that right hand. Good right hook there from Kameda.
Yeah, kick counter there. Kameda's still lively.
Yeah. He wins those shots. Good right hand.
Good right hand again. That right hand has found Leo here at times in this fight. It's a weapon that Kameda could probably use more of. Probably should throw a little bit more right hands and look to set it up more.
Especially Leo, this fighter who's using the lead hand so well, it does make you vulnerable to the right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It would also maybe force Leo to keep his left hand home more.
It's a tricky shot. That right hand, the way that he loops it around the glove. Kameda.
Yeah, and it's long and rangy.
You can tell Kameda looks for speed with straight punches and power with his hooks, with both hands.
There it is again, using his head to move Leo back and then try to throw.
Veteran stuff from both fighters in different ways. You said, Paulie, a little dirty. I mean, little bit.
I think it's a lot dirty, but he disguised it to make it look a little dirty.
Well, he's moving forward with his whole body.
Yeah,
not just
and that's the thing. Jimmy, the head is attached to the body.
That was a nice three-punch combination landed by Leo and an evasion. There was that right chopping hook.
Every time they're in close, you're just like, you think a headbutt's going to happen in a second. Especially when you see these replays, you see how close they're coming to these headbutts.
Yeah, that's been the most effective shot, where Kameda comes in square, steps in, and then hooks with either the right or the left.
You know how you use like a throwaway punch to throw Kameda uses a throwaway headbutt. If it lands, it lands. If it doesn't, at least he puts you out of position. Because usually the throwaway punches put you out of position. But Kameda uses his head to put you out of position, and then he...
I'm saying Leo needs to get busy with that lead hand, get that jab. Nice and short, mid-range jab.
One thing if you're wondering about beginning round number 5, Chris, is if we thought Kameda was shot. That has not been the case. He's looked very good.
Very sharp. Looks very, very sharp, and his reactions are good. That's usually the thing that goes first, is someone's reactions. Certainly not shot. You know, and Leo is only 2 years younger than Kameda. Body shots. But Kameda came on and landed some good shots.
That's the combination that knocked out Plania.
Yeah, that left hook.
Set up by that little short uppercut inside.
Leo just came with his own right hook. That landed pretty well and got Kameda out of position. Kameda said it was behind the head. Didn't look it to me.
You see how relaxed they are right in front of each other. See, when you're at this distance, you got to be really sharp, really focused to fight at this distance. Both guys trying to hold this position, trying to set the other guy up. Look how close they are. Good counter jab there for Kameda.
Stiff shot there from an overextended Leo. And Leo was at the wrong distance, tried to pop a right hand.
Again, back at this distance. Look, you got to be real comfortable and stay calm at this distance.
Double leg.
He got pushed, so he's like, you know what, I can pick you up too. I can make this physical. You want to make it physical?
That's another big brother move too, to show a guy how strong you are. Lift him off his feet. Angelo Leo now going back to the jab.
You know, Leo consistently with body shot there from Kameda on the inside. That was a nice little shuttle punch.
Yeah, he found some space for that one. Now they're both getting out of this. The body shot battle.
The Mexican-American versus the Japanese-American. Left hooks to the body are going to be...
The Japanese-Mexican.
Yeah, the Japanese-Mexican.
Now it's a macho fight.
Think about a low blow? Referee says, I didn't see it. Fight on.
Referee's like, guys, you want to take it to this kind of fight?
Yeah, you want to make it rough.
Suit yourselves.
Yeah, I'll let you guys make it rough. Just leave me out of it. Yeah, I mean, Leo, when he gets on that jab, he shows the separation.
Smart too, because it's a little change of pace there. You make Kameda think he's going to start banging away body shots, and start all of a sudden using your jab and throwing it off. Kameda's still trying to get back to the body though a second ago.
Both fighters committed to the body early. Wondering who would make that commitment. It turns out it's both of them.
Well, it seems like they made a decision, an unspoken agreement. It's like, all right, we're gonna bang each other with left hooks now to the body. Kameda's trying to out Mexican the Mexican. Yeah, I don't like that posing there. You got to get on that jab, and Leo did.
What do we say might be a possibility, which is Kameda using his volume and his positioning to bank rounds early. Don't know any of the judges' scorecards, can't really tell what they're paying attention to. But if that's his strategy, Chris, you're doing a good job of sticking with it.
Yeah, no, I think he's fought a very disciplined, smart fight. I think he's probably in the lead right now, very, very close. You know, but we're starting to see these guys' game plans open up.
I think Leo's being a bit busier, though. You know, I think Leo's output is a bit busier, but it's Kameda who's more focused on controlling the ring and controlling the space in the ring. So, and that a lot of times can give you the illusion of control as well. So you know, it is nip and tuck here, because I think Leo with his jab and his more versatile left hand is getting off more shots together. Then when they got in the phone booth, yeah, they go back and forth with those body shots and whatnot. But I think at mid-range, Leo has done a pretty good job of being first more consistently.
And then round number 6 scheduled for 12.
I just thought that Leo last round, especially early on, got a little too over-anxious with punches like that.
Yeah.
And actually got caught. Very eye-catching shots, that first jab. And then also it looked like he got bent over with a body shot at one point.
Yeah, he allowed Kameda to sort of get comfortable at close range last round in those spots. You see again, Kameda using the head to back Leo off and then trying to punch once he breaks his position.
Kameda loves when he's got you pinned on the ropes.
But at this range here is where Leo was being first more consistently. Is Kameda going to make sure that changes?
Yeah, the Leo jab, it makes this fight very, very different. Ooh, nice combination.
Ending with the body shot from Leo.
You see Kameda holding on for the first time.
He may have felt that body shot.
Does Leo sense it? That was all set up by the jab. Once again, when Leo is jabbing, this is a whole different fight.
Also, like I said, Kameda at this range, comfortable, but waits a lot. You know, and
Yes.
Leo has typically done a better job of being first here.
You don't want to have a staring contest.
Good job in this round six of staying on his bike, not posing, jabbing and then moving, Chris.
Yeah, he's doubling that jab up beautifully. Output. And it becomes apparent.
Because a lot of times what Kameda is doing is he's trying to come forward, but he's not punching. So it's he comes forward and then he's the one that gets hit.
Leo is actually showing some pretty good footwork here, being efficient with the lateral movement, but also firing off that. So this is where Kameda usually does his best work. When he's got his opponent against the ropes, he likes to let his hands go. A little bit of shoe shine, long straight punches, and then tries to land some big hooks.
So Leo did a good job there, smothering.
Yes, like this. Showing some physicality there.
High guard, close range.
Leo's had his hand up for all those punches. Good body shot around the elbow.
And now Kameda getting shots off though.
Yeah. Trying to take back the round. Okay, first warning about the head. Back comes Leo with the jab. Smart. Another headbutt.
Boxing's $1 million man, Justin Faldo, is back in action on Pro Box TV when he faces the battle-tested Mexican Juan Carlos Burgos, and teenage sensation Emiliano Moreno returns in the co-feature. He faces the rugged power puncher from Ecuador, Eric Bone. See it live Saturday, June 7th as Pro Box TV returns.
June 7th, back in Texas. But strangely enough, we have a Mexican versus Mexican affair in Japan. Mexican-Japanese Kameda take on the Mexican-American Angelo Leo.
You see why Kameda got the warning. You saw it in the replay. Usually he's giving the illusion of the head, but Leo's going back, so he's not catching the butt. In that moment in the replay, you saw Kameda actually use his head to shift Leo. He actually pushed him off with the head, so that's why the referee caught it. What the rest not catching is, you know, when Kameda uses his head to literally force Leo back.
Second half of the fight here. Round 7 of a 12-rounder. Very nip-tuck affair, back and forth.
Yeah, a lot of fights still left to go, guys, and this fight's going to be decided in the second half.
We saw a lot of back and forth, ebbs and flows so far, but you expect from two high-level guys. Kameda tried to steal that last round with some flurries after starting out slow. I still gave the round to Leo, but here, Kameda coming out a little bit faster.
Gentlemen, it also just shows the absurdity of Leo being a 6-1 favorite in this fight. Absolutely absurd. This has been a close fight.
Especially in the guy's home country. Maybe they don't know something. Maybe they know something we don't know.
Has been typically in this fight controlling the center.
He should be cutting the ring off here, though. Leo's just circled the ring completely. You know, Kameda wants to impose himself physically there. Like right here, he should be cutting off the ring better. There he is now. He's forced Leo. where you can make him a bit more uncomfortable if you're going to put that kind of pressure on him. Because if Leo getting off those shots, Leo does a good job of smothering. And that's why also Kameda likes to use his head there too, because it prevents Leo from smothering. It forces Leo to go backward instead of forward. That's a smother. Nice.
Well-timed uppercut.
That could have been ugly. Another one.
Ooh, into the body. But back comes Kameda with the fast hands. But like you said, Champ, Leo smothering the fast hands. Good, smart move when you got a guy who likes to let his hands go that way. Good jab again. Steps in, ties him up. Leo showing a lot of craft here.
Yeah,
you see Kameda wiping his forehead? It's from that uppercut. Starting to feel the swelling.
Yeah, that landed in a weird spot, man.
Yeah, it was kind of like a forehead.
Top of the eye, right?
Yeah, like middle of the eye to one side, but you saw him wipe that forehead several times. Like this. Leo changing levels, up and down, giving different looks, back to the jab. Actually backing Kameda up for the first time.
Yeah, off that feint double jab. That's what I mean. Sometimes the subtle things that'll back guys up.
I really think that uppercut bothered Kameda. I think he's still thinking about it.
Because that one also came with the right hand. It had been the left uppercut that Leo had been using, and he's still using, but that one surprised him with the right one. I don't think Kameda expected it. Kameda still explodes in at times.
Love to see where that uppercut had landed. Yeah, the Japanese fans are wait.
They're getting their money's worth.
Yeah, this is a great tactical high-level fight. That was a replay of a lot of punches thrown, not a lot of landed.
And there's a smother. Well, it's an example of how Leo smothers Kameda's flurries. It takes away the ability to do the eye-catching thing, because a speed flurry will sometimes catch the eye of the judges. At least when you smother it.
Yeah, Kameda he'll do a shoe shiny type situation where he's not trying to put a lot of damage, but trying to score points. Kameda's not. Leo's not allowing that.
Man, good timing on his uppercuts as Kameda has been coming in. Begin round number 8. The question here, gentlemen, is can Leo really start separating himself late?
He's going to need to. I mean, you're fighting in the guy's hometown. We got a close fight. We got close rounds. I have Leo slightly ahead, but this is a very, very close fight.
Yeah, optics, like you said, Jimmy, earlier in the fight, optics, they can go a long way. I think Leo has been slightly better with punch selection,
the jab,
being first, being with the jab. I think he's been slightly better, but Kameda's also been good, so it's been close.
But as we say, greatness shows over time. A lot of times a better boxer really in those last few rounds, and we're in round number 8. That's when they start separating themselves.
Kameda's been very good about being a veteran, stealing rounds, stealing moments, eye-catching shots, flurries, splash,
because he also doesn't break position when Leo punches. Right. So Leo does a good job of being first, and you got to catch that. But Kameda will do a good job of making it look like it's not really a lot going on, even when Leo's throwing by not breaking position. But what I notice is that Leo's first more of the time, and for me that counts for a lot. Kameda does a lot of waiting.
He charges up to be explosive.
Well, he's first here, though.
That right hand looked like it landed, but I'm not sure if it did. It looked like it was one of those ones that chop, trickle up, down, and you roll with it, but... Nice stiff jab right through the middle, splits the guard.
Yeah, and that's, again, Leo going back to being first.
Yeah, not a lot of tick-tock from the head movement of Kameda, so that jab down the middle has been a consistent weapon.
Good body shot by Kameda there, though, and then see Leo with the combination coming right back. That talk about eye-catching. That's more, to me, that's more eye-catching because he's going upstairs, he's going downstairs, he's picking the shots well, and then he's smothering here, smothering the work of Kameda in return.
Kameda throw 2 nasty uppercuts.
That's a nice one, another one.
Yeah, he's sticking with those uppercuts.
Leo's got to be careful in there with these uppercuts.
Uppercuts do damage.
Another one, that one back Leo off. I think at a certain point, though, you gotta, especially if you're Leo, you're a left hooker. You see Kameda keep constantly throwing that right uppercut. You gotta start trying to time it with a left hook if you're gonna stay in there like that.
Shoulder push off there from Leo.
20 seconds left to go in round number 8.
Heads came together once again.
What has been a very close round.
And Kameda's picking his spots.
4 rounds to go. In what has been a nip-tuck fight. Neither fighter can be very comfortable in a lead at this point. Chris, you still have Angelo Leo slightly ahead?
I could see it being even here. You know, they've been going back and forth, and the rounds are very, very close. See, I told you. I said that punch didn't look like it landed. It was more the glove.
Kind of rolled with it, right?
Yeah, it's one of those shots that hits your glove and roll and kind of moves you. But that's what I mean. You see situations like that. Depending on where you are in the ring, from the judge's perspective, that punch landed or it didn't.
Yeah.
So you're going to get different scores potentially.
Especially from the defensive aspect, you ride with it, so it looks like sometimes you get hit with it.
Right. One of the reasons I hate long hair, because it moves even when it doesn't hit you.
And then it gets wet, and splashes.
It looks dramatic.
Not a problem I've ever had, gentlemen. But now as we go to round number 9, Angelo Leo, can he put a stamp on these last 4 rounds?
Nice combination.
See Kameda, remember Kameda doing what he was doing on the pads earlier. Remember, the shot's coming at him, and what does he do? Holds his ground and continues to press forward, Doesn't want to break position, wants to keep that mental stress on Leo. Then he backs him up with the head there, like I said earlier. Force Leo back as he's flowing with his head, and then he tried to throw that body shot.
And Kameda has never been knocked out in his professional career, 46 pro fights.
Yeah, we were talking about the Kameda brothers. They both have combined over 80 professional fights. Neither one has ever been stopped. You know, power is God-given. Turns out so is the chin.
Yeah. And it's also mindset too, right?
Yeah, and genetics.
A lot of factors go into it. Whatever it is, whatever combination it is, Kameda has it.
Real physical in there, guys.
And both guys are throwing deadly, lethal punches on the inside. These uppercuts have been real nasty.
Who's going to try to grab this bull by the horns as we approach the last 3.5 rounds here of the fight?
You know, it's interesting because in totality, I like the work of Leo. He's busier, he's first, his jab has been consistent. I think he's landed overall the better punches, but Kameda's ability to steal moments in rounds at the right time, good right hand. I was saying Kameda has the ability to steal moments in rounds, being such a veteran, that he's making this a much closer fight, scoring-wise, than you may think.
Again, even physically, you see what he's doing there. You see he's using the head, he popped Leo's head up there.
And grabbing the arm on the opposite side of the ref. But Leo always goes back to that jab, and it lands. It's
as you said, there's not a lot of TikTok on the head of Kameda, right? Not a lot of head movement.
He's high guard, right down the middle's open.
So the straight punches are there to land.
And there's a lot of chipping away from Leo, and then Kameda will throw this big slashing shot and make a noise and
good body shot by Kameda and double it up there. Kameda has good snappy shots that do catch the eye.
Steals moments. Good right hand. So that was a good round for Leo, and then Kameda came back.
Boxing's $1 Million Man, Justin Paudo, is back in action on Pro Box TV when he faces the battle-tested Mexican Juan Carlos Burgos and teenage Senso feature. He faces the rugged power puncher from Ecuador, Eric Bone. See it live Saturday, June 7th as Pro Box TV returns.
Justin Paldo, of course, a career-redefining performance his last time out in San Antonio, looking for another one. And Tomoki Kameda looking for a career redefiner tonight in Osaka, Japan. Angelo Leo a 6-1 favorite, and we have a very, very close fight.
And these last 3 rounds could be very, very crucial, guys.
Round 10, Angelo Leo sprinting across the ring.
Yeah, he knows it.
Yeah.
He knows the situation he's in. One thing I was very impressed with Angelo Leo when he won the title against Fernando Lopez was his conditioning. He showed that was a high output fight. He got hit with some big shots, but came on strong when it mattered. See if he could do that again tonight. So I do believe he's going to need it.
But Kameda has not slowed down throughout this fight. Very good at taking the real estate.
It was a rare jab from Kameda.
Yeah, and Leo came up short with the counter right. Kameda starting this round well.
Very well.
Leo came out fast. And it's not working out in his favor.
Yeah, and Kameda telling him, let's bring it.
Another headbutt.
Leo's punch is a little arm weary, guys.
Been hit with some good body shots. Kameda's body shot's kind of tricky. It's not loopy, it's tight.
And this Japanese crowd reacts every time Kameda lands.
There's more snap on the shots of Kameda.
Yeah.
Are those catching the eyes more of the judge than the crowd? And Leo's starting to back out of those in tight quarters.
We're seeing the game plan of Kameda now, like you were talking about when he was warming up, the holding position, walking through shots.
Yeah. Leo lanes, but Kameda doesn't back off. And now is it going to be a battle of attrition here when both guys are going to try to get the other guy to back off?
And Kameda answers everything. Even when he gets hit with good shots, he comes right back.
We are at the point in the fight where somebody's got to take the bull by the horns and try to be the difference maker.
So far in this round, it's Kameda, although good combination by Angelo Leo.
Again, he uses the head. That's where the referee's not catching.
He only warned him once. It's been all night, though.
And that was when it was obvious, when he literally just used it to push. Like there he's pushing there as well.
Thinking about a low blow there.
Kameda may take a break, but you know what? I bet you clock's still running though. Timekeeper didn't stop the clock.
I don't know if the referee has called timeout.
It's a little home cooking there. He's able to talk to the ref, tell the ref what's going on, and chop down on the time because Leo was really coming on.
10 seconds left.
This round started really good for Kameda, but ended good with Leo.
Again, that flurry from Kameda.
The timing of winning moments at the right part of the round. Very, very good veteran tactics from Kameda.
Just 2 more rounds left. And as you said, good start from Kameda.
Yeah, he had a really good open to that round because Leo came out a little too aggressive, left himself open, like you said, champ, a little arm wary early on, but then came on real strong in the second half of the round. But was it enough? Those odds are looking really interesting. Really interesting right now.
Perhaps 6-1 favorite.
What was he, plus 390?
It was. Last one we have is just under 400. It was like 398.
Yeah, this is why we say throughout the odds when we talk about pro box fights. Even at the championship level.
Angelo Leo trying to take some real estate away from Kameda.
Well, he's doing a good job. Kameda was using the head. Angelo used the shoulder there.
Yeah, you got to kind of get underneath the head of Kameda to use that leverage and push him off if you're going to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, too much waiting there, but the jab has always been the separator. And that was the big difference early on in the fight for me. And Leo got away from it.
And that's also the only thing that really backs off Kameda, too. Right. You know, Leo throws power and Kameda holds his position. But when Leo starts jabbing at mid-range, it actually backs off Kameda.
Another warning about a low blow.
A point deduction would be
disastrous.
Disastrous here for Leo. He's got to get on that jab. I don't know. He had such good success with that early on. And I thought it was really separating him in this fight because when they're going punch for punch, Kameda is just so tricky at stealing moments and rounds. And he's so durable. Walks through the shots, holds position, responds immediately.
So go running for
what? The head.
Or behind the back.
I believe it was the head. But
so both guys are on their final warning for something. And Leo is for low blow.
Don't like that move. I know it worked early, but it's
especially when you're a little tired. When you're getting tired, your arms are arm weary. They get a little wider, so it gets a little bit more sloppy. You can pay for that.
And especially when the jab has been so effective, the lead right hand isn't there anymore. The jab is the weapon. Nice combinations there from Leo, but he stays in the pocket and allows Kameda to come back. Good break there by the ref.
Well, also taking care of some tape on the...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The clock still goes. They don't stop the clock. Oh, there it goes.
Remember, we're trying to adapt here in the United States. The timekeeper in Japan.
Let's see. Champ, you're making a great point about the jab. It's also been the only punch that has backed off Kameda and broken his position. I think Leo has to really focus on that.
It's really been the only punch that's been consistent for either man. Neither man has been able to really establish any particular shot all night long, other than Leo's jab, which is worked in round 1 and is working here in round 11.
Good round so far for Angelo Leo.
Yeah, very good round here.
As you said, Chris, staying behind that jab.
Also, he's taking the power off.
Is Kameda going to start to steal it? Let's see. He's going to see the 10-second tap. Let's see if Leo does anything about it.
I'm Leo. I'm moving right now. Step away, create distance. You've already got the round.
Painted his way out.
Nice.
All right, coming down to it.
And right down to the wire. Chris, how's your scorecard looking as we headed into round 12?
I like Leo where he's at right now, but I mean, raised or thin, but also not take into account the location, right? So that was actually that was a little low. But definitely got elicited a reaction. And again, judging. If the ref didn't say that was low and you're the other side, you 100% think that's a body shot buckling the guy over. So it's a lot of rounds like that.
3 judges, 1 from the Philippines, 1 from Canada, 1 from Australia. No Japanese or American judges. This title fight in the featherweight division.
American champion, not an American, not even 1 American judge. In the last fight, we had a Filipino judge, we had a Japanese judge, then we had I think it was an American judge.
Filipino versus a Japanese fighter. We had 1 judge from Japan, 1 from the Philippines, 1 from the United States. Angelo Leo definitely needing this round 12 to retain his title.
I think it's probably neither guy should bank on trying to lose it. I'm thinking they don't need this round.
They can coast.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, both guys should be fighting in round 12 here.
Now, how much does Kameda have left? Because he did not have a big spirited effort in round 11, and Leo did.
You see you see the straight jab, but you see the straight punches. They backed off Kameda. Those are what backed Kameda up because he can't hold position on straight punches because it's too far away. So he wants to get inside those straight punches. While when you start arcing punches, and even if you're throwing power, Kameda does a good job of holding position. You see again. So Leo with the jab and straight right hands and even the simple punches will probably do a better job of controlling range. at Kameda, and then once in a while surprise him with a body shot like that.
As you said, Chris, not a spirited round 11, and right now, Angelo Leo in charge of round 12.
Yeah, and he made an adjustment last round. He took the power off the shots. He went back to the straight punches, the fundamentals. Nice
good job.
Nice
combination and out.
And he caught the left hand on the glove.
Took a page of Kameda with the flurries.
Nah, he made a good adjustment here. He's got a good gas tank. He's feeling good. Ooh, got hit with a big right hand there.
And Kameda trying to get it back now in the second half of the round.
Yeah, Angelo's letting him come in too close. He's got to get back on that jab. There it is. The double jab consistently holds Kameda at bay.
Good right hand from Leo.
Yeah, after he just taken one from Kameda.
Is that swelling around the eye of Kameda, the left eye? It's hard to tell. Looks like a shadow or bruising.
See the head again, Kameda just literally uses it as a battering ram. He tries to push Leo out of position.
Yeah, that left eye of Kameda.
I see some swelling. You're right, in the cheek and the eye.
Their heads keep coming together.
Left to go. Good right hand from Kameda.
I think Leo's had a good round so far, though, guys.
Very good.
11 and 12 for Leo have been really, really smart. Good adjustments, nice body shot there. Good smother as well.
Crossroads fight for both fighters. Which way will it go? 10 seconds left to go in the final round.
Kameda's going to try to flurry. Let's see what Leo does here.
Keep it simple, the jab. Ooh, big right hand from Kameda. Another one.
And that is it. It is up to the judges, gentlemen.
He didn't keep it simple late, though.
No, he did not. He let Kameda close that distance.
I thought Leo had a good round 12, though.
Yeah,
let's see. You know, Kameda had a lot of round-stealing attempts late in some of these rounds. See if the judges allowed him to steal them around. It is a competitive fight. It was a good fight. Good tactical fight.
After 10, I had this fight even.
No.
But I liked Leo 11 and 12. Yeah, I think the champion finishing that strong, I don't care where you are, it's hard to go against them. But it is a very close fight with a lot of weird rounds. And again, the tactics from Kameda,
Veteran
stealing
stuff.
these moments and coming back. And it's like Evander Holyfield. He didn't fight 3 minutes of every round in the later portion of his career. He was able to steal rounds.
Including using the head.
And that was from round 1. Yeah. Yes, another Evander Holyfield tactic.
So let's lay it out. Kameda took the center, right? So he claimed a lot of real estate throughout this fight.
Yeah.
Did bull forward a lot. Paulie, with the benefit of using his head, did have some kind of, round stealing combinations that may have looked good.
採点の結果を発表いたします。
Yeah, the judges' scorecard's quick, man.
We're ready to go.
Nail biter here.
カールザピア115対113。ジャッジジルコー116対112。
What if you're late on this?
ジャッジリチャード・ブロアン114対114。以上2対0の判定により勝者 IBF 世界フェザー級チャンピオンアンジェロ
Leo wins it in a very difficult, tough fight. Chris, Paulie, none of this came easy tonight.
No,
No.
not at all.
I wish I understood Japanese, so I would have seen the scorecards.
Right.
But I'm wondering if Leo closing out 11 and 12 is what made the difference. I'll reiterate.
Didn't hurt.
I'll reiterate again. I believe, Kameda was able to show a lot of the position game when Leo tried to throw too much power, but the straight punches were backing off Kameda. And I think Leo realized that in the last couple of rounds, just started, being more tactile with the straight shots, and it didn't allow Kameda to work as much inside as he wanted to.
You can see it there, unanimous.
チャンネル登録とグッドボタンお願いします。